remember staying up watching Terry David, like, yes, taking notes. Like, here it is, once again, one of the most anticipated moments by Caribbean students. CSEC results. I'm not going to talk too long in this intro. This year I did 5 subjects. I did 3 last year, 2 1s, 1 2. I made a video about that, so I'm not going to talk about it right now. You can just watch it. And it will be especially helpful if you are a private candidate, because I was a private candidate last year and I struggled with my paper 3s. In this video, I'll be talking about the subjects I did this year from hardest to easiest, and I will also be including my prediction for each subject. After that, we're going to look at my results and we're going to talk about how that compares to the predictions I made. After that, I'll just be giving you some tips for the subjects and linking some resources that I found really helpful. So if you need some advice, you can take some notes. To conclude, I will be giving some general CSEC advice that could be helpful in the sitting of your exams. The first subject is EDPM. This was by far my most difficult subject. Honestly, I did not expect much. The paper 2, I missed an entire section. The paper 1 wasn't that good. It was just a lot. I did not do this subject in day school and I was just finding it so difficult. And I actually predicted a 3. It was that bad. The second subject is chemistry. I found this the second hardest and it was just very difficult with the labs. I also did not do this subject in day school. I randomly decided that, oh, I'm going to do chemistry this year. So I signed up to do chemistry and the labs were just stressful. It was a lot of materials. I already had a bad relationship with math, and then when we got to mole concept, I was just like, however, I'm really grateful for my teacher. She helped me a lot. She sat me down and she was explaining some things to me, and in the end I worked very hard in chemistry and I feel like my hard work paid off to me. So I ended up predicting that I would get a 1 in chemistry because I just worked that hard. I feel like if I worked that hard, it would be impossible for me not to get a 1. The next subject is math. I don't think I'm bad at it. I don't have a math brain. I really do not. Like, to sit down, I'm fine. I have no issue with solving the problems, but once I see the letters and the numbers and everything, I just get overwhelmed and I don't want to anymore. I really tried my best. I remember staying up watching Terry David, like, yes, taking notes. Like, it was that bad. In the end, I predicted that I would get a 2 because I didn't feel like I did bad, and my SBA grade was also very good, but I also didn't think that I did the best. The next subject is Principles of Business. This subject went very smoothly. It was a breeze, honestly. All you have to do for POB really is to pay attention in class and have common sense. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about this subject. It wasn't easy. I still had to work hard, but it was simple. What you see is what you get in POB. And I also predicted that I would get a 1. The last subject I did this year, and by far the easiest to me, is Spanish. And this is because I love Spanish and it doesn't really feel like a subject to me where you have to be working, and I didn't hate it. I loved learning Spanish and I also dedicated my free time to learning the language. So it felt natural to me, and my teacher was amazing. She is the best. I also told her that I would buy her a car if I got a distinction in Spanish. Whew, that was brave of me. But I had a lot of fun with this exam, especially with the orals. The lady was so nice and it felt like we were just having a natural conversation. I remember coming out of my Spanish orals and I was like, yes, distinction. I know that's a bit over the top, and I'm a person who doesn't like to say I definitely got this for sure, but looking at the work I put in for Spanish, I just felt like I deserved to be confident. And so I predicted that I would get a 1 in Spanish with a distinction. Now for the actual results, and best believe I was shocked. I was so shocked. I got a 1 in EDPM, which the I was really hoping for a 2 because I did not think I could get the 1 with how I did on that. But I was like, okay, I'm feeling a 3, but I'm hoping for at least a 2, and I got a 1. That's crazy. Next was chemistry. I got a 1 in chemistry, and I was so happy. Like, yeah, yeah. I also got a 1 in math, which shocked me a bit because I was like, 1 in math? 1 in math? That's insane. Then in principles of business, I got a 1. I actually got a distinction, which didn't really shock me, but I wasn't looking for a distinction. I didn't think I did that well. I knew I probably got a 1, but I still wasn't looking for a distinction. Now in Spanish, I got my 1 with my distinction, and I don't know, expected, but I'm still happy. I'm not happy that I now owe my teacher a car. I'm this young and I'm already in debt, guys, because I owe someone a car. That's crazy. But yeah, I'm really, really, really happy with my results. And in total, with the subjects I did this year and last year, I did 8 subjects. I have 7 ones, 1 2. I have a 2 in social studies, and I also have 2 distinctions. Clock it. Now I'll be giving you guys some advice for the subjects. For math, one thing I can tell you to do is to learn foundations. Go back to way back when, learn your fractions, learn everything, because if you don't know your foundations, then how are you going to get the high level stuff? Secondly, Terry David and Kerwin Springer. I don't need to say anything else. That is all you need to hear. Terry David and Kerwin Springer. Also, it is very important that you maximize your SBA grades, especially if it's a subject that you're not really confident in. You have control over your SBA grades. Your teachers help you with that, and that's your best shot, honestly. So just do your best on the SBA. Correct it until you get a perfect grade, as perfect as it can get. For EDPM made simple. That's her YouTube channel. She goes over everything. She really helped me. I was lost, and she kind of made things a little bit easier for me. The key to master in EDPM is practice. Practice, 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 practice until it becomes natural to you. Practice until your fingers just type. Also, on the paper too, do the questions that you're sure of. So the things that you know how to do for sure, do those first and then figure everything out later. For chemistry, just study. That's all I can say. Study. Terry David and Kerwin Springer also helped me a lot with this, so you can check their YouTube channels out. And guys, your labs are very, very important. I don't care if you get 4 out of 10 on a lab, do it over and over until you get that 10. Your labs are so important because they will probably be carrying your grade. And please do your labs early. Don't wait to do your labs. As soon as you get them, before you even do the lab, write a draft, because it really does get. I started my labs early. Before I even started to do my labs, I started to draft. I started to I started to write them up based on my predictions, and then I would edit them later, and I still was under a lot of pressure even though I started them early. So please, don't wait until the appointed time to do your labs. The last tip I will be giving you for chemistry is to pay attention in math class. I will leave that right there, but you're going to need it, especially for more concept. A tip that I have for Spanish is to get a lot of speaking practice. So don't just focus on reading and learning words. Actually, try to speak the language and get your pronunciations correct. Also, a fun way to improve your Spanish vocabulary if you're struggling with words is to watch a movie in Spanish with English subtitles. That helped me so much. I learned so many words from just watching one movie in Spanish. Just find something fun, something that's your style, and even if you don't even have to watch a Spanish movie. Watch one of your favorite shows or something and change the language to Spanish. My last tip for Spanish is to learn your conjugations. Especially in the past tense and the future tense, you will need this when you are doing your letter on paper 2. Learn the regular conjugations and some irregular verbs that you need, the most common irregular verbs, and just practice. For PLB, I don't really have a lot of tips, but there's this one YouTube channel, Learn SKN. He covers the entire Principles of Business syllabus. So you can just watch the videos if you're unsure about anything that your teacher went through. Just watch those videos. He has a video on every PLB topic. Now for some general advice. I know that everyone says this, but start early. Start as early as possible. In fact, start the summer before grade 11 or whenever you're planning to sit the subject. SBAs matter. This is the part of your exam that you have the most control over. You can go into the exam knowing that you're going to pass with an SBA grade. So just prioritize your SBAs. Don't be lazy. Don't be afraid to go over and fix your mistakes, because this is your best shot. And if anything happens and you don't do as well on the written part of the exam, you know that you have a good SBA grade. The next tip is to have a good relationship with your teachers. Your relationship with your teachers can be the difference between a grade 1 and a grade 2, or a grade 2 and a grade 3. Trust me, because when your teachers like you, they will go all out for you and they will do anything to accommodate you. If they say the SBA deadline is this date, if they really like you and you go to them and you're like, I'm under so much pressure right now and I don't think I'll be able to finish on time, they will accommodate you. So be nice to your teachers. I'm not saying to suck up to your teachers, be a teacher's pet or whatever, but definitely have a good relationship with them. Be disciplined. Discipline is very important. You need to have enough discipline to study even if you don't feel like it, to do your labs when you don't feel like it, and to work on your SBAs even when you are very tired. Lastly, it is very important to do past papers. It doesn't matter what kind of paper it is, paper 2, paper 1, paper 3, and everyone knows that the paper 1 questions have a tendency of repeating. So just go through as many past papers as possible, do them on your own, then go find an answer sheet. You can find these things on the internet very easily. Or do a paper 2 and ask your teacher to mark it for you, but do your past papers. That is it for the video, guys. Good luck to anyone who is receiving their results today and haven't opened it as yet. Congratulations to everyone else who received their results. And remember that you are not your grades. CSEC is not the end of the road, and just do your best and pivot when you need to. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!